tell you the truth, right? 90% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. And the reason isn't always the economy, competition, or lack of funding, right? Sometimes the reason is the entrepreneur themselves, right? Hi guys, welcome back to another video on the blueprint of business minds. I'm happy to have you here on today's video, guys. So today we'll be talking about the raw, harsh, and unfiltered truth about entrepreneurship, right? Truth that none of these gurus never ever tell you about, right? Yes, the things that no one tells you when you are just starting out. See, social media will sell you the dream, right? The flashy cars, laptops on the beach, be your own boss slogans, but real entrepreneurs, it's lonely. Trust me. It is lonely, it is brutal, and it will test each and every fiber in you, right? But here's the thing, if you understand these truths which I'm about to share with you right now, before I continue, please comment down below which truth was your favorite and how does it relate to your business. Yes, going back to the video, if you understand these truths, right, and you prepare yourself for them and to learn from them, then you don't just survive entrepreneurship, you excel in it, you thrive in it, right? Yes, so today I'm going to share with you the hard truths and the hidden wisdom about being an entrepreneur. Yes, not the polished Instagram versions, but the real world version that separates ones who quit and from the ones who build ever long lasting businesses. Yes, guys. So the first truth we have is one, entrepreneurship is lonelier than you think, right? Yes, nobody tells you when you choose this path that you will feel alone at most times. Yes, your friends won't get to understand the real reason why you're sacrificing your weekends to work on your ideas, right? Secondly, your family may think that you are reckless for not choosing a 9 to 5, and you're investing all of your money and your last pennies into something you're not sure that it might even work, right? Yes, and also in the early days, right, you as an entrepreneur, you put in your all before you invest in systems that do the rest for you. But in the early stages of being an entrepreneurship, right, everything is you on your own. You put in all your time, yes, and the reward may be little, and you start questioning yourself that, am I doing everything the right way, or is this how things are supposed to be done? Because you tend to spend too much time focusing on tasks in your business only for you to get little reward. But trust me, it is part of the process, right? And the truth from this is loneliness, it is definitely part of the price, right? And part of the price here is it also builds your mental toughness, right? And if you keep moving forward when no one claps for you, trust me, you are way much stronger than 90% of the aspiring entrepreneurs, right? Yes, so secondly, on the list, we have money will run out faster than you had expected, right? Look, here's the truth, right? Every budget you make will be wrong, okay? And it's okay. Expenses you never planned for will pop up. Suppliers will demand upfront payments, and clients may delay what's this invoices, right? And then you'll start thinking that, no, I need more capital to start. But the reality here is capital is never enough when you're starting out, right? So here's the wisdom from this: build a cash buffer, right? Yes, a cash buffer. Imagine it as, how would you get buff at the gym? Okay, that's a free gym, but it has nothing to do with this video. But point here is build a cash buffer. Is cut personal spending, learn to operate lean, and most importantly, guys, forget perfection. Just start with what you can sustain. And also, in South Africa especially, access to funding, yes, it may be tough. Yes, speaking of funding, up here, I think, yeah, up here, I will put a link to one of my previous videos where I state and give you information, all the tea about all the fundings that you get in South Africa as a small business enterprise or entrepreneur, whatever. Starting out your business, trust me, capital should never be your excuse. I got you. Just click the link up here and you'll get all the tea. Is going back to the video. Look, I do get that in South Africa access to funding is tough. Okay, I'm lying. It's not tough. It only becomes tough because of your lack of knowledge in the different fundings that are available in South Africa, which is why I urge you to click this video up there before you continue with this one. But yes, back to the video for the real time this time. To many entrepreneurs, funding may be tough, right? Banks may demand collateral, and investors want proof that you'll succeed before you even start out. Look, that means most of us have to self-fund in the beginning of the business, guys. Invest in yourselves before everyone else can, because if you can't, how do you expect other people to? And these are fundamental skills that you'll need in the long run when you finally get the kind of funding that you desire, right? And thirdly, we have passion won't pay the bills. Yes, they say follow your passion. I'm not disagreeing, but passion alone will never bring profit, won't bring income, and won't pay your bills. It's just a hobby. Yes, nobody tells you that you can love baking, cleaning, designing clothes, coaching people, but unless you understand sales, marketing, and operations, your passion won't survive, guys. It will not survive. The wisdom: entrepreneurship is 20% passion and 80% of business skills, which many aspiring entrepreneurs lack, right? So here's the thing: invest in yourself, learn how to sell, learn how to message your product, right? I don't know if you're getting me, but also learn how to manage your cash flow. But here's the thing, right? As an entrepreneur, you really want to take the time to invest in yourself. Yes, learn how to sell, learn how to speak to clients so they can buy your product. Not only buy, but at least so they can listen to you, so that they know that, okay, if they're spending time with someone and someone addresses a problem to them, they know that they know of a brand that can solve their problem. Marketing, right? That's how it works. Marketing shouldn't always be from your mouth, but try by all means to make it word of mouth, right? You must get people to talk about you. Create a business in such a way that it gets people to do the marketing for you without them even realizing that they're actually marketing your business. I have quite few business examples in my mind right now, but then again, if I were to mention them, that would be what free marketing is. But nonetheless, learn how to manage your cash flow, importantly, and yes, learn how to market. And also, your business lives or dies on the skills which I've just mentioned right now, not your love for the craft. You may love the craft, but if you lack these skills, any of them, my babe, this is where you're going. Your ship will sink. Take care of those holes now, because the very same holes that you're ignoring will be the very same holes why your ship will sink in the future, and by then it will be too late for you to recover your ship or to prevent the ship from drowning even further. Yes, guys, number 4, which I think is the most toughest pill to swallow as an entrepreneur. Guys, yes, not everyone will love you. Yes, I understand. But most importantly, your clients will break your heart before they make your heart. Yes, I know this one hurts, but you'll find yourself doing the most abstract things to convince people to buy from you, to support you, only for them to ghost you, pay late, or even choose cheaper or better competitors than you, right? Look, you realize quickly that not everyone values your time, effort, or expertise, right? So the wisdom here is build systems that protect you. Yes, get deposits before work starts, put everything in writing, and don't chase a client, chase the right ones. But most importantly, which I've mentioned in my previous videos, guys, never ever 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 in your entrepreneurial journey chase clients, but rather build systems or put systems in place that will make clients chase you. I don't know if I'm making sense, but learn or try to have a kind of brand that people can live without. Look, it is imperative that you acknowledge that your business should have these two fundamentals. These two fundamentals so you can drive everlasting sales. Firstly, your business should evoke fear, right? Your clients should fear not doing business with you, right? Secondly, your business should evoke the feelings of FOMO, right? Again, fear of missing out. Yes, your clients should feel left out when they don't do business with you. For instance, iPhones, right? We know that at the moment the latest iPhones have what's this dynamic islands, right? Now for someone who has an iPhone that still has a touch ID, or what's this, a notch at the top, they're gonna feel left out, and then they might actually wanna participate in the trend and purchasing the latest iPhone. You get what I mean? Like, I don't know how I can explain it, but I know you get me. And remember, guys, rejection is never personal. It is simply God's way of redirecting you to the plans He has for you, plans to prosper you and to not harm you. And yeah, guys, you will make it. And number 5 on the list, we have look, success takes way longer than you think, guys. Way long. I'm also guilty of it, I admit. Everyone dreams of overnight success, right? But in reality, it takes years before you can actually feel stable, right? Those first 1 to 3 years, it's survival mode. They may be dreadful, but just know that you are actually building a brand recognition, earning trust, and testing what's this, products, right? The wisdom here is, if you want quick results, entrepreneurship is not for you. But if you're willing to grind patiently, adjust and endure, You will outlast the ones chasing shortcuts. And yeah, I think I've said enough. And number 6, guys, you will fail repeatedly. Yes, it is part of your journey, guys. You will fail repeatedly. See, as a human being, right? There will be setbacks, right? But then it's imperative that you take note of 2 things, right, from these setbacks. Firstly, you must acknowledge that, okay, I've actually failed. Learn to acknowledge your mistakes. Learn to acknowledge your failures, right? Secondly, take note of the lesson that you're supposed to learn from that failure. How can I explain this? See failure as an obstacle, right, that you're supposed to get over, right? But then again, if you're gonna allow your fears to hold you back, you're gonna move back. You're gonna have what's called setbacks, right? And then you're gonna move 10 steps back. And then you're gonna run. You're gonna meet the same obstacle. What happens? Your fears will set you back. You run again to that obstacle. Your fears will hold you back. Point I'm trying to make is, if you don't learn to overcome your fears and your failures, you will never get over to the other side. You see, if you don't acknowledge the fact that, okay, here I'm failing, and you refuse to learn from that lesson, trust me, you keep experiencing the same obstacle, because it is in place to help you learn about something you didn't know of. But now, thing is, if you're gonna be ignorant and miss the whole obstacle, you're never gonna learn anything from it, and you're gonna keep bumping into it until you learn how to overcome it, until you learn from the lessons that were meant to be learned from this kind of failure. You won't move forward, my darlings. You won't move forward, honestly. You keep going 10 steps back. And I always tell people this, that in life you can never move forward while your gear is still in reverse. Buckle up and move forward with your life, with your journey, because you can never move forward while your gear is still in reverse. I hope you understand where I'm coming with this, because I mentioned a lot of things at once, but the point I'm trying to make here is, failure, guys, you must follow these 2 things in order to overcome failure. Otherwise, you will repeatedly fail. 1, acknowledge that you failed. Acknowledge and accept and forgive that, okay, I've made a mistake which led to a certain bounce back, or to a certain, downfall, right? And secondly, ask yourself, now that I'm facing this setback or like failure, what lesson am I supposed to learn from this whole experience? Because trust me, if you don't, you will keep facing the same failures or the same setbacks or downfalls over and over and over again. So if you don't know, guys, take a Bible, go down on your knees, ask the Lord that, okay, Lord, I repeatedly keep making the same mistake, or I repeatedly keep falling into the same trap. I keep experiencing the same failures. What lesson am I supposed to learn from this whole experience? Or what lesson do you want me to learn from this whole experience? And trust me, He will guide you throughout. And He will help you overcome those obstacles. Because yes, sometimes these obstacles, they may appear big, and then your fears will hold you back. But back to the video, right? As an entrepreneur, right, failure is guaranteed. Your first product might flop. Your first ad campaign might bring money, right? You might lose lots of money. But that's the thing, you will miscalculate, you will lose money. It's part of the journey, right? But the real difference here is entrepreneurs don't avoid failure, they learn how to bounce back from them faster, right? Look, treat failure as data. Every mistake teaches you something your competitors don't know yet. And trust me, that whole experience becomes your key weapon. And number 7, right? Discipline matters more than motivation, right? Motivation is overrated, let's be honest. Some days you'll wake up inspired, and most days you feel like you're working. Trust me, the wisdom here is discipline is your superpower. Yes, guys, you gotta understand that discipline may be boring, but most importantly it requires consistent actions, sending emails, making those calls, following up, keeping your books in order. All of that are actually what build businesses, not your what's this your motivational heights. And number 8, guys, your mental health will be tested in your journey. Yes, guys, entrepreneurship will make you anxious. You will stress out when rent is due, when sales are low, sales are slow, or perhaps zero, right? The wisdom here is learn to protect your mental health, because it is your most precious and valuable asset you have in your business. Look, your business may grow, you may have all these money, all the numbers, the influence, all of that, but this thing right here is your most valuable asset you have in your business, and use it, right? Sleep if you have to, exercise, and also you want to surround yourself with mentors or peers who understand the journey. And I always say this, if you hang around with 4 drunkards, trust me, you're gonna become the 5th. But if you hang around with 4 billionaires, you'll become the 5th. Number 9, guys, your relationships will change. Yes, all of them, romantic, friendship, family, professional, work, da 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 da, they will change in the long run. Friends may not understand your hustle. Family may resent the time you spend working. Your partner might feel what's this neglected. But here's the truth. Communicate early and honestly, right? Let the people around you understand and know why you're working so hard and what the vision is, right? They may not have the same vision as you, but as long as you have the vision, stick with it, not with anyone else's. Because now, okay, I understand that if you share your vision, people might start projecting their fears onto you. Ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. Trust me, ignore it. As long as you see the vision and you have the faith, strength, and the courage that you will make it, you will make it, right? The right people will support you and the wrong ones will drift away. Don't be sad when people are drifting away, because if they were meant to be in your life, they would stay, and God wouldn't have removed them in the first place. If they were meant to be in your life, remember that God has plans for us, plans to prosper us and to not harm us. And if certain people weren't part of God's plan, then He will remove them, because them being in your life sort of like blocks your blessings. It blocks His plans from prospering in your life. So for His plans to actually prosper in your life, He has to remove people that weren't part of His plans for your life in order for His plans for your life to prosper and to succeed. And number 10 on this video, I'm repeating it again. Funding is hard, but it is not impossible. Guys, let's talk money again, because that's the whole purpose of entrepreneurship, right? Let's talk money again, because in South Africa, funding is one of the toughest challenges in South Africa. Yes, no one tells you that banks prefer lending to established businesses. And secondly, no one tells you that venture capitalists only fund scalable, tech-driven startups. And also, no one tells you that grants are highly competitive. Yes, but and the beauty from all this is, yes guys, opportunities do exist. You just have to look around honestly and try by all means to make use of each and every opportunity around you, not presented to you as always, but around you. You see, you have an opportunity, make use of it, because I don't want you to find yourself hating yourself because you now regret not making use of opportunities which you let go of, not knowing that the very same opportunity that you're letting go of would be a game changer for your business. Or yes, and once again guys, I did speak briefly about the kind of funding, what's this funding opportunities that they are currently available in South Africa. But if you want the detailed version, hit the link up here. And yes guys, I'm gonna be short, very quick. Firstly, we have SEFA, Small Enterprise Finance Agency. They offer loans. Secondly, we have NYDA, National Youth Development Agency. They have grants for young entrepreneurs. Thirdly, we have IDC. I don't care. I'm joking, but it is Industrial Development Corporation, supports bigger projects. And okay, the last one, IDC, I didn't mention it because it ideally focuses on larger businesses, larger corporates, bigger projects, and this channel is meant to channel small entrepreneurs into the right direction so they can be, you know, while at the moment they are, you know. But yeah, and yes man, some corporates actually do offer supply development programs. You just have to look around, pick a niche and do your research, and yeah, all the best. And yeah, I know, and yeah, but here's the secret, right? Before chasing funding, yeah, build traction. Show that your idea can and will make money, even on a small scale. Investors fund momentum, not dreams. And yeah guys, number 11, you will wear every hat that you could think of. You will wear it. Nobody tells you that in the early stages of being an entrepreneur, you are everything: the CEO, the accountant, the marketer, the delivery driver, the customer service rep, right? But here's the wisdom from this. Yes, I know that at the moment it may be challenging, it may be overwhelming at first, but it makes you versatile. Later, when you hire your staff, you will know exactly what each role requires because you have done it yourself. And lastly, you will doubt yourself, right? Constantly. It's part of the journey, man. You will doubt yourself. Like once you start seeing that things are, you will start doubting yourself. But just always know that at the moment you start doubting yourself, it is the moment you should start believing in yourself, right? Yes. Look, imposter syndrome, it is real, guys. You will wonder, am I good enough? Am I doing the right thing? What if I fail? What if no one buys from me? Look, doubt is normal, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not okay. It is normal because it is part of the journey and it is part of who you are. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite of fear. So keep. And lastly, guys, entrepreneurship isn't glamorous, okay? It first becomes brutal, painful, lonely, and uncertain. But it also generates the best CEO, and it is also the greatest teacher you will ever have. That's why I said in the video that allow yourself to fail, acknowledge your failures, and learn from them, because that lesson that was in place for you to learn to not make the same mistake again will be the greatest lesson you've ever had and you've ever heard in your life. So yes, guys, if you're walking this journey, please don't expect it to be easy, but expect it to be worth it. Because at the end of the day, guys, entrepreneurship isn't about building a brand, but it is about building you. And yes, guys, if this video hit you with an unexpected truth, feel free to share it down below. Share it with another entrepreneur who actually might need to hear this video. And yeah, guys, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Blueprint of Business Minds, because here we don't just talk about business dreams, we give you the blueprint to make them real. Bye, lovies.